Hello, let's do the New York Times Hard Sudoku for June 13th, 2025. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. All right, let's start with a geometry pass here. 259, these four cells. Well, we know the 9's in one of these two. It doesn't really help immediately, though. Let's see, 259. We have 5 and 9 here and 5 and 9 here, right? And so that actually means that we could just corner mark 5 here as well, right? We have the 5 looking in, 5 looking in. But we can do something more powerful here, which is that we have found a hidden pair. What these corner marks mean, the corner mark notation I use is that within the box, these are the cells that digit can go in. So 5 can go in one of these two. 5 can only go in one of these two cells within the box, and 9 can only go in one of these two cells. And since we know every box needs all of 1 through 9, we know that one of these cells will be occupied by a 5, and one of these will be occupied by a 9 because of the box's needs. And so if one of them's a 5 and one of them's a 9, well, we can actually use my center mark notation here, which says that this cell can only be 5 or 9, and this cell can only be 5 or 9. We don't know what order it's going to happen in, but what we do know is that there's no room for anything else to go in these two cells. So what we want to do is we want to think about what was removed from these two cells then. Like we thought, for example, that there could be a 2 in either of these, right? Like there's nothing in the column, nothing in the box, and nothing in the row saying that you can't put a 2 there. However, the 5-9 pair is telling us that it can't put a 2 there. If I try to put a 2 here, this can be a 5, but then there's nowhere for 9 in the box, or this could be a 9, but now there's nowhere for 5 in the box. And if it was something else entirely, there'd be no place for both 5 or 9 in the box. Either way, we've broken the puzzle. And so we've rejected the 2 from these two, as well as other digits. Now with the 2 rejected, this 2 looks in, this 2 looks in. These two can't be 2 anymore. It does actually place 2 in the box. It's the only place 2 can be in the box now. It does put a 2 in one of those two, but it's not important. What else was removed? The 4 was removed. So this 4 looks in, this can't be 4, this 4 looks up. And so this is a 4. This is actually quite lucky. You don't usually get this much follow-up, but I'll take it. 5 is in one of these two. We've removed 6 from these two cells. And so, well, actually, we can just think about what the last two digits for the box are, which are 6 and 7. This 7 tells us that 7 can only go here, and then now this is going to be a 6. So we basically finished the box other than the 5-9 pair. That's pretty nice. Does that help this stack more? Because we've got 3 digits left in this column, 3 digits left in this column. So let's just think about what those are really quick. We need a 1, 7, what did I miss? 1, 3, 7. So what I'm looking for is if there's any restrictions on 1, 3, 7. I'm seeing this can't be a 3, but that's all I'm seeing. Oh, and this can't be a 7. Okay, I missed that. And so that does mean 7 ends up in one of these two cells. That's going to do what's called claiming. So what claiming is when a row or column claims the digit from a box. In this case, column 1 claims the 7 from box 1. What do we mean by that? Well, column 1 needs a 7. Where is that 7 going to end up? Well, it's going to end up in one of these two cells. It's just how it is, right? There's no other place to put 7. We need a 7. So it's going to end up in one of these two cells. Now, coincidentally, wherever the 7 ends up for column 1, it will also be in box 1. And since box 1 can't have more than one 7 in it, this will be the 7 for box 1, meaning the rest of box 1 cannot be 7. So what we've said is that column 1 has claimed the 7 from box 1, eliminating the 7 from the rest of the box that isn't that column. And so if we think about it, that does mean that where does 7 go in this column now? Because it can't be here. If we tried to put a 7 here, for example, or anywhere along in this column here, we would not be able to put a 7 in this column at all. So no 7's here, no 7's here. We have the 7 in the box. And also this 7 sees here, and this is an 8. And so this is the only place for 7 in this column now. Very nice. And then this column here, we have 1, 2. We need a 3, 6, 8. So this cell here can't be 6 and it can't be 8. So if it needs to be from 3, 6, 8 and can't be 6 or 8, it has to be a 3. That gives us the 1, 7, and 3 here. And so now 6 and 8 are left. This can't be the 8. So this is the 6 and this is the 8. This box finishes with a 2, and this is going to finish with a triple at worst. We need a 1, we need a 4, and we need a 6. Alrighty. I don't need those corner marks anymore. So basically this stack kind of resolved itself. We didn't really have to use too much external influence. Just a few things peeking in. And so we just have this triple left and this pair left. Very nice. Let's keep looking at geometry, I guess. I do want to just take a quick gander at this box, which only has 3 open cells in it, just from the start. We need a 6, 7, 8. I'm just going to mark it up. 6, 7, 8. That's not 7. That's not 8. So unfortunately, a 7's one of these two, 8's one of these two. We don't get pointing or anything. This box, we've got 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. I'm not seeing a whole lot of, let's see, 3, 4, 7. Unfortunately, 3, 7, and 8 are already in this row. So it's just the 4. Oh, but the 4 is placed in the row, so that's nice. I mean, I guess we can see that for the box as well. There's 4 4s looking into this box, so we just place the last 4. I think that's probably... this 2 and 8 looking down through here might be interesting. The 8 is interesting. So it's basically peeking through this 6 and 7, right? There's kind of a hole created by the 6 and 7, and the 8 peeks through it. So none of these can be 8, and then we also have this 8 helping out. So that does put an 8 in one of these two. And this is kind of the other side of the coin to claiming, and it's called pointing. Some people group pointing and claiming together as locked candidates, where the 8 has been locked to a specific house, which may eliminate it from other houses. And so in this case, in this box, the 8 has been limited to here or here, both of which happen to be in row 9. So this is also going to be the 8 for row 9. Notice how the logic is basically the same as claiming. It's just kind of where we swapped the role of the box and the row in this case. And so the rest of this row can't be 8 because we have to put the 8 here or here for the box. And then this 8 looks in. And so 8 ends up in one of these two cells. And now what we want to do is we've corner marked the 8 in one of these two cells. The only reason we didn't corner mark it here, the only reason is there's a 4 sitting there. There is no 8 yet in this column. So what this has told us is 8 cannot go in either of these two cells. Notice how it's the pointing or the claiming 8s. Notice how these are the only two places for 8 in the row. So either the pointer claiming 8s, take your pick, do eliminate 8 from this cell here. And this already couldn't have been an 8. That's a 4. This is 2, 5, 9. And then we have these two 8s looking in. So there's only one place for 8 in this entire column, which is exactly right here. So we can place the 8, hidden single 8 in the column. All right. I think that does it for the geometry pass. Honestly, this puzzle feels kind of cracked, but we'll take a step back. I do have some low-hanging fruit I want to look at before we do our normal scans. We're pretty deep into this puzzle already. We need 5, 8, 9 here. We know this isn't 8, so this is 5, 9, and this is 5, 8, 9. I was hoping that would do more, but that's okay. All right, so we are going to go back up to the top, and we're going to do our normal scans. So the 2s do match. This 2 looks up, puts a 2 in one of these two. We're just corner marking when a digit is limited in a box by looking at buddies. So these 3s look in, putting a 3 in one of these two. I'm just going to go down here and then down here. The 7 doesn't have a buddy. The 8 doesn't have a buddy. We have the 5. So these 5s look in, putting a 5 somewhere up here. And then we have the 9s, putting a 9 somewhere in here. All right, I notice this cell here is not corner marked at all. But it's just 2, 3, 5, 9. It can be, other than 2, 3, 5, 9, it can't be 7. It can't be 8. 2, 3, 5, 9, 7, 8. Okay, that's enough for us to mark this up. So the math I've done here is I've counted at least 6 digits it can't be, which leaves only 3 digits it can be, and I'm willing to center mark 3. So it can be a 1. It can't be 2, 3. It can be a 4. It can't be 5. Could be 6, and that should do it. 7, 8, and 9. There we go. If my count was right, we had to stop there, but I wanted to make sure. So we have 2 1, 4, 6s here. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8 is what's left. Okay. I think that might do it for this top band. How about this next band here? So 4s and 8s are done, so it may look like we have more than we actually do. We just have to look for 2, 3, and 7 with buddies. So the 2 we already marked. The 3 actually is quite nice. That has placed the 3 in this box, which then, notice how when I placed this 3, it displaced a 2 corner mark. This can't be 2 anymore. So now we want to look for where are the rest of the 2 corner marks in our box. And it's just right here. And so this is the only place for 2 in the box. And so you can just really quickly cascade 3 here, then 2 here, when you get good at noticing those things. This is now for the row down to 5, 9. And I notice as soon as I pencil this 5, 9, I'm scanning this column and I'm seeing that we have a 5, 9 pair here now. And so this 5, 9 pair, because they share a column, they share column 5, That eliminates 5 and 9 from the rest of the column. So none of these cells can be 5 or 9. So we can remove this 5 corner mark and this 9 corner mark, which could be handy. Now there's a lot of digits left that leaves, so I'm not going to think about that quite yet, although I am suspicious of this cell. I think there's going to be more lower hanging fruit we can do instead. We filled up this box row, which means we should be looking at all of these digits here that look in, that are not already placed in the box. So not 2, 3, 4, 8. So not empty cells. And not 2, 3, 8, not 2, 3, 8, or 4. But the 7 is interesting. So the 7 looks in, and that does leave a 7 in one of these 3. Okay. This box is down to 4 digits, as is this row. So we can take a look at that. We need a 1, 5, 6, 9. So this can't be 6. This is 1, 5, 9. So the 6 ends up in one of these 2 cells. That is going to point up along with this 6, putting a 6 in one of these 3. Okay. Otherwise, I mean, they can be all of 1, 5, 6, 9, as far as I can tell. So does that mean this row is also 1, 5, 6, 9? I think it has to be. So this can't be 5 or 9. So this is down to 1, 6. I'll just center mark that. 1, 5, 6, 9. I think this can be any of them. Okay. This column is actually down to 4 digits. We need a 1, 3, 6, 7. This can't be 3, so it's 1, 6, 7. This can't be 6 or 7, so it's 1, 3. I think this can be any of them. We're just hunting for restricted cells that may form stuff like this pair, right? Pairs, triples, that's what we're looking for when we mark that stuff. This final band, I don't know that there's anything, I mean, I guess we got the 4s. 4 in one of these 2. And then we have the 7s. Yeah, just finish the buddies here. And then the 6s. So 6 and 7 are here. Okay. So our next step, now that we finished our scans here, you know what? I didn't do these verticals. Let's just do these verticals real quick. So we have these 7s looking up. The 7 helps, puts a 7 in one of these 2. This is getting very crowded with corner marks. There may be some overlaps that I haven't noticed, but I'm not immediately seeing any. The 6 is these 3, the 7's these 2, 3 is these 2. Yeah. So I don't think we have any like good overlaps happening right now. I am noticing this cell is only corner marked with a 5. And this row is limited, so like we know the row is going to need 3, 6, and 7, but this 5 can't be any of those. So that's why I'm suspicious of it. So it can't be 1, 2, 3. I think it could be 4 or 5. Can't be 6, 7, 8, or 9. So yeah, it's down to 4, 5. The 1, so it might be helpful to think about what digits aren't corner marked in this box. It is the 1, the 4, 5, and 8. 1, 4, 5, 8. Are any of those interesting? 1, 4, 5, 8. I don't think so. Oh no, the 5 is corner marked, so just 1, 4, 8. So this can't be 4, so this is 1, 8, 9. Because basically it's the corner mark plus 1, 4, 8, unless there's additional restriction. Oh, but the 1 and 8 both look up here. So it's just the 4 that joins the corner mark here. But this can't even be 4. This is 3, 5. Only. It can't be anything else. It sees all of 1, 4, 8. All right. I'm just double checking. 1, 2, can be 3, can't be 4, could be 5. Can't be 6, can't be 7, can't be 8, 9. Okay, yeah, so I am right. This is also 1, 8, 9. Maybe not the best place to be looking. I just kind of got zoned in on that. I was doing some vertical scans is what I was doing. I don't know, is there more? We have these 2 3s looking down. So 3's in one of these 2. So 2, 4, and 8. So the 2's look down, putting a 2 in one of these 2. The 4 is done, and the 8 we can't do anything with. Actually, this 8 looks down and this 8 looks in. Oh yeah, we already have the 8 corner marked here though. What about this cell here? Look at all the corner marks it isn't. It can't be 1, 2, 3, 4. It could be 5. It can't be 6, 7, 8, or 9. So it's a naked 5. And it can't be 8 because of our pointing 8s, claiming 8s, just to be clear. So it's not 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's only 5. And that does place 5 in this row, which then finishes the 9. We had this 5, 9 pair, giving us this 5, 9 pair. Result. That's not a 9 anymore. So this is 1, 5, 6. And that actually does form a 1, 5, 6 triple here, but really it's just there's a digit we haven't accounted for. There's the 9. This row needs a 9. It goes here. So that gives us 8 and 9 here. That gives us 6, 7, 8 here. If I hadn't gotten distracted by this box, I think we would be done by now. Anyway, it doesn't matter. This can't be 6 or 7, and I do want to act on this because I think it's interesting. That does give us a hidden 6, 7 pair in these two cells. Notice how the 6 is limited to these two and the 7 is limited to these two. None of these can be 6 or 7. So this is a hidden 6, 7, just like we found earlier. And that just directly ejects that 3 corner mark, leaving only one place for 3 in the box. And then this is also going to be a pair, that 3 celebrating being in the corner. We need a 1, 2 pair here. And so that leaves just one digit here. It's the 5. Okay. And this is 6, 7 only. All right. I don't think I need these corner marks. We have a lot to clean up here. So let's do that. These both aren't 8. That's a 1, 9. Ooh, no, don't restart. Click something random. That's a 1, 9 pair here. Just a naked pair. And so that actually, so what we're saying is this cell can only be 1 or 9. This cell can only be 1 or 9. I'm pretty sure. Can't be. So if we just look at the row is down to, these 4 digits are down to 1, 6, 7, 9. 1, 6, 7, 9. And so the 7 can only go here. So that's our 7. And then the 6 can't go here, or what? Or the pointing 6s say not here. And so the 6 can only go here. And that leaves 1, 9 behind. That's 4 and 1. That's our 4. This is the only place for 6 in the box. Now this is the only place for 3. Now this is the only place for 5. We get the 1, 6, 5 here, giving us the 9 and 1. We get the 7, 1, 6, 6, 7. 4 and 8 get placed in this box. This is 2 and 8. This 8 tells us the order. And I just need 1, 2, 3, 9. Let's do the 3 and 9 first. They'll be done because we only have 1, 2 over here. That's not resolved. So we should have 4 3s looking into the box. So that's 3. And then we should have 4 9s looking into the box. That's 9. And then this is 1, 2. This 1 tells us the order. 2 and 1, 1 and 2, and we're done. So 99. Nice. All right. A lot of you are using my links to solve these before I do. That's fun. All right. Well, yeah, pretty interesting puzzle today. I think I spent more time on it than I needed to. I was just trying to, I was playing around a bit in this box because I thought it was interesting. And also just explaining a lot of stuff like pointing, claiming, hidden pairs. All very important for this puzzle. Cool. Well, let me know how you did. If you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.